Hi everyone. I think it's Tuesday today. Yes, it's Tuesday. And it's the 14th of November 2017. Here we are again, it's a video. And what an incredible weekend. The energies were incredibly off the charts. But I also have a sense that there were a lot of expectations. The place where I was cool because I was in the pyramids, and I experienced something that was very, very unique, very personal, and led me to asking a few questions of the young guide that was taking us around the inner workings of the pyramid of sunshine in Visoko in Bosnia. And I had a sense of knowing, and I even mentioned in my questions was it felt like this place was once a center of healing, a center of coming together, a center of celebration, a center of possibly the center of humanity, which is a bit of off the scale of things type of thing to say, but that was a sense I got, and mainly because of the age of these pyramids, which was somewhere 29,000 years old, which puts them older than any civilization that we have managed to discover in our time on this planet. So the other aspects of the pyramids were sort of a lot of negative ions in the atmosphere, a constant temperature, a constant humidity, a great place for healing, and especially those with lung disorders and suffering from asthma and any breathing type of difficulties. These pyramids are known for the healing qualities, and many people were there during our visit, and it's middle of November, so people are going there for health reasons predominantly. And of course all of these things are disputed. All of these things are disputed by the government agencies, the museums, other professors and experts on ancient man-made things, artifacts and construction. So I think there's a lot of mystery around the whole place. But what it allows you to do is allows your imagination to really contemplate what we don't know, because we know nothing. We know nothing about our own planet. We know nothing about our own creation, where we've come from, except through other people's teachings, through other people's books, and through other people's ways of doing things. And a lot of things I've been writing about lately are people seeking answers. And this is coming up a lot because I have no more questions about what I'm doing, because I'm just doing. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just allowing each day to go with the flow. Yes, I'm working on projects, but there's no real advanced thinking going on. There's no real advanced planning going on. So we're living the moment. And this is crucial for our evolution. And when we start to take, like we've taken this journey back to ourselves to understand who we are as individuals, and we've just touched on the surface, we've just touched on a short preview or prelude of our lives, or of our existence on this planet. But this now goes beyond that, doesn't it? It goes beyond what does our planet give us? What answers lie in Mother Nature? If we contain all the answers within ourselves, then Mother Nature has the answers for everything else. And I believe wholeheartedly this is why there's so much disruption going on, why there's so many disruptive elements. Even in the spiritual community, there's disruptive elements. There are those that quite happily act that they're very spiritual and live a spiritual way of life and a spiritual being and all of these things, and what transpires is that they're not. The same as those leaders of the world, those big politicians, those big names that we believed and trusted and viewed with respect and with a view of authority, which put them in a position of control over us. And as this veil of illusion and the truth is revealed, our respect diminishes quite rapidly. And there's one thing that I was really taught as a child, and it was rammed into me, was the truth will always prevail. If you've done something wrong, there's no point lying about it. You might as well just admit it and get it over and done with. Otherwise you're just playing a game, and you're playing a game of catch-up or wasting time or wasting energy and potentially bigger consequences. So, you know, it's much like all of these other types of connection with other individuals. Unless we've experienced them, unless we've gone through that which we subsequently learn, or we have a name or an association or a description for what we've experienced, again it asks more questions. But we can now look back and say it was an experience. It was an experience in which we learned and we taught, because it wasn't just a one-way street. Our relationship with everybody is not just a one-way street. But we've become so detached from that communication in reality, in the physical. And what happens when you put a group of like-minded people in the same room and you bring them all together and you raise the vibration? What happens? The vibration just continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. So what does division and separation cause? It causes disruption. And the disruptors may be also innocent disruptors. They may not be deliberately there. They may just believe something and then something else happens. And their truth is revealed. Or, you know, it's all synchronistic. It's all not pre-planned. It just happens. And there we go, walking through our lives, believing that we're in control of our life. But most of the things that we are not in control of. And when we do attempt to control them, things start to fall apart. Things start to happen differently. And we upset the natural routine and the rhythm of it. And we really just fuck things up with this. And with what other people have told us is true. So, no matter who we are, where we are, how we are, what religion, belief, Christianity, whatever colour of our skin, whatever background our families come from, we are all living an illusion. We're all living an illusion. And now we are coming to the point of breaking those illusions, and this is why this chaos is around the world. And the more and more people wake up, I mean the quantity, the more and more wake up, the bigger this shift happens, and the more of the opposite scale of energy needs to be transmitted to try and counteract what's getting stronger and stronger, until there's an explosion. It's a collision of energies. It's a build-up of energies, and there's a pressure building. And that comes through. It comes through in anger. It comes through in distractions, it comes through in lies, it comes through in revelations, it comes through in every way, shape, or form. Division, separation, all of these things. But what holds us together is ourself. We choose to continue. We choose to follow a path that we can see it resonates, and we can see that it's true because we've experienced it. We've gone out in our lives and we've experienced different things, and we've learned so much more, and we know so much more, and we've asked questions. We've gone where no man's gone before, and we attract people to that type of, we're magnets. And in some cases those magnets are destroyed in the human form, mentally, emotionally, at some point through their life, whether that because of love, whether that because of through grievance, through grief, through loss of a loved one, through a near-death experience, or anything of that nature. It takes us to get to our darkest point in our life, to look under the microscope and shine our light where it's never been shone before. And for those that are on the awakening path, have you not noticed that your life is probably been a series of highs, extreme highs, and extreme lows? And now we know what we've been going through our whole life, and there's no way that we're going to do it again. There's no way that we're going to allow that cycle to repeat again, because we've gone through that experience and we know what it feels like, and we resonate with others that have gone through that same experience. We can relate. November 11th, 2011 was a transformation in my life. It's where I committed to share my life with another human being from a different position of complete vulnerability, of complete trust, of complete love, unconditional love. Something that I've never experienced with a person in my life before. Unfortunately, things happened, and what needed to happen happened. And you know, for those that are on twin soul awakening journey, and their position now that they're in was the direct cause of a relationship breakup, or a twin soul connection, or whatever, a deep traumatic time. We can never forget those goodnesses that we gave them, how we contributed to their life, because we can give thanks for the way that they've impacted our lives, for the way that they have contributed to us getting to this place of peace. But sometimes that's too much credit. So to bring that credit back into balance, let's remember what we did also, how we contributed, how they are in their position in their life today because of us also, and how we drove them to places where we've been driven to ourselves. And isn't that the beauty, that we can sit here today and completely open up and share that with the world, with complete strangers? But we are so reluctant to do that with the loved ones around us. But now we know. And whatever happens in the future happens in the future. If these people come back into our lives in a physical way, that's one thing. But we will always have others in our lives that we can share our love with, our experience. And we're creating something new. And yes, we can create something new with somebody from the past because we can embrace everything that we've gone through. We can embrace everything that we went through and experienced during and post the relationship, and reach the same point of understanding that it's worth trying again because it was love at one point. And when we take away all the bitterness out of everything in all of our relationships, with our families, with our loved ones, when we take away all the bitterness, which is all this ego-created stuff, there's still love. Love remains. And when we pass over, our loved ones will always come to say goodbye. So love is eternal. Love is within each and every one of us. And that is as simple as it gets. And for us to be able to sit here and be completely authentic does leave us exposed, we're vulnerable, we're open. And we allow people to come into our lives trusting that they're destined to be in our lives. They're meant to be in our lives for whatever reason. And now we can use the new gifts that we have to understand and to put these new rememberings, these new scripts, these new scrolls, we can put them into use. We can use our old knowledge to create something new. We don't have to forget the old. There's many, many, many great qualities in the old. We just take the bits that serve us and add the bits of the new to create something that is wonderful and is ours. So yeah, lots of positive energy, lots of new doors opening. Where they lead, I have no idea. I just have a sense of there's more, there's more healing going on, but it's not healing. It's re-triggering. It's allowing us to remember. It's taking us to places where we need to go and be, and it's allowing for situations to happen that need to happen. It just creates our awareness. And living in the moment is still, it's a challenge. It's a choice. It's something that we work on every day. And we try our best. There are really, really great days, and sometimes there are not so good days. It's how we manage those moments that allow us to transform and transmute things, because we're all alchemists. We're just transmuting and converting energy. And this is what I learned in the pyramids, because this is what pyramids do. Through their structure, they do strange things with frequencies and vibrations. The place I went to was not a place of burial or a place of death. It was a place of living and being. And they actually filled all of the caverns and all of the pathways before they left. And therefore that's how it's easy to depict that it's man-made. And it was very easy to carbon date these things because this is technology that's available. So our perception of man, of humanity, of spirituality, of the universe, we just need to keep our minds open to everything and anything and go and explore, because I'm more intrigued now than I started my travels 25, 26 years ago. I'm more intrigued because now it's fun and exciting and it's pure. And that's what you do, and that's what it feels like when you break out of that 3D matrix. It's your truth. It's the purest truth because you're experiencing it. And all of these things also pertain to the love that you felt and feel for others. It just is. And why would you want to destroy something that feels great and is real? You wouldn't. So there's no need to. Living in balance is, I suppose, for those that are constantly on a diet, is like that. But it's like that. But it becomes routine in a different type of way. It's completely new, guys. And I'm not going to try and say that it's anything other than it's completely new, and it takes time to adjust, and it does affect those around you. But when you put yourself first for the best intentions and for your highest good, it's worth it. So, enough of my rambling. There you go, 20 minutes or so. That's it, guys. Take it easy. Believe. I am going to be doing some retreats next year from spring. I think I'm probably going to do it starting in April and run it for 6 months. So April till October. And it's going to be around the time of the full moon. And these retreats are going to be 5 or 6 days in length. And they're going to begin in Osijek here, at the center of all of these strange cultures, the Turks, the Romans, the Catholics, the Orthodox, the Ottomans, everything was here. Here we also have the European Amazon, so we have a big nature reserve full of thousands of birds and different species that are indigenous to this part of the world. It's a protected area. You will also see and become connected with sort of several crossroads of different cultures. And then we'll make our way down to into Serbia, across a few 50 or 60 kilometers away, and we'll go through into ancient Roman times, Marcus Aurelius, and the wine route in northern Serbia, which goes back thousands of years, and there's some of the best wines in the world are grown there. And we'll spend a day there. We'll spend a night in Serbia, in this part of the world, and then the next day we'll go into Bosnia, and we will go to Visoko, to the pyramids there, and we will spend 2 days there, because we want to be going inside. Going inside the pyramid, in one of the pyramids, and going to the top of another pyramid. We'll be going inside the Sunshine Pyramid. No, going to the top of the Sunshine Pyramid and going inside Love Pyramid, I think. Anyway, and this is where we will prepare ourselves for a full moon ceremony, and this is where we will meet our shaman Ivan, who will join us. And on our way back from the pyramids, we'll stop in some other places on the way back that are going to be interesting for you guys. And then on the final night, the final 36 hours we'll spend together, and we'll have either a cambo session for those that want to take cambo, and for those that want to take ayahuasca, we would also have an ayahuasca ceremony. And the following day will just be a reconnection with each other. We are considering also bringing in a very specialist doctor who deals purely with energetic healing, and he has some very interesting programs that can help people with their health just by changing their diet. So we're just also trying to organize that Dr. Boris Subotic also to be part of it. So that's the type of thing that I'm looking to put together. It's going to be small groups of 10 people because it'll just be myself and a shaman, and we'll pick up local guides and other people in the various places that we stop and visit, and I will be assisting Ivan with the ceremonies also. There's going to be some details on my website about that very, very soon, and it's going to be really, really inexpensive as best as possible. You're not paying for 5-star accommodation, we're paying for rural accommodation, sharing a house. Yes, we have decent transport to take us to these places. It will either be 2 4-wheel drive cars or a 12-seater minibus, proper. We'll see. It'll be decent. And, you know, this is the type of thing, it's a small group, and there will be follow-up programs also available. And I'm trying to keep it around $400 or $500. If I can get the doctor included for $500, I don't think any of you will have any issues with that, because you have a examination before we go away, and you will also have an examination afterwards. The examination is basically connected to a machine that's going to measure everything that's going on, including some brain activity, and give you a clear picture of your health, with a follow-up after the trip to the pyramids, just so you can see what's changed in the short period of time. Okay guys, that's it. Lots of love and light. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.